Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on December 9th, 2021 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. If you all are interested in seeing that, please stick around. Because we are in a new month, I wanted to start out this budget with me in the December monthly view of my Budget by Paycheck workbook. We are going to be budgeting for the paycheck that I am receiving on December 9th. As you can see, I've already paid some bills with the last paycheck that I received in November. I do have that marked up here in the corner. I received a paycheck on 11/25 and I used that paycheck to pay my rent and my Spotify. I actually need to mark off that my Spotify did get paid. But that paycheck paid some bills, and then my paycheck on the 9th is actually going to pay the vast majority of the rest of the bills that I have for December. So anything that you see in this kind of lavender or light purple color will be paid with my December 9th paycheck. That is, it says my Discovery Plus, but I can actually X this out because I am no longer getting Discovery Plus. My Netflix, Optimum, and Verizon will be getting paid with this paycheck. I had initially budgeted to pay my church contribution and my Fed loan, which is my student loan, with this paycheck, but then I kind of realized that I'm getting paid on the 23rd. Those bills aren't due until the 26th. I hate keeping money in my checking account for that long, like over 2 weeks. I could just pay these two bills with my December 23rd paycheck, especially since I'm not actually paying on my student loan right now. And so really the only thing that I have to pay is this church contribution, which is $20. So these are marked off in that light lavender color, but I am not paying them with the December 9th paycheck. They're getting paid with the 12/23 paycheck, as it says right here. I do have listed here in yellow the 2021 savings challenges for the month of December from the Budget Mom. I did use my last paycheck in November for these first two contributions, and so for this paycheck on the 9th, I will be needing to contribute $15 for the 15th and $15 for the 22nd. Now, let's move over to the paycheck bill tracker, and I am going to zoom in for all of you so that things are clear. So I mentioned in the month of November that I was getting an annual raise, and I thought that that annual raise was going to reflect in last paycheck, in the paycheck that I received on November 25th. It did not. I was totally wrong. The change in my monthly, or no, that's a lie. The change in my hourly rate went into effect on November 21st, but won't reflect in my paychecks until this December 9th paycheck. So I budgeted this paycheck based on what I've always budgeted my income to be. But when I do get paid, the actual amount should look a little bit different. It is, and I've said this as well, it is not a life-changing, mind-blowing raise. It is just an annual raise, which is awesome. Every little bit counts, but I'm not anticipating my income to change by that much. So whatever the actual ends up being, it will be a little bit higher than usual. I always budget $29.35 for my income, but it's usually about $29.40. So maybe we'll hit $3,000. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure that we're actually going to hit $3,000. But I'll see on the 9th when I get my paycheck. I'm actually filming this on the 7th. So for my bills, I did initially put down Discovery Plus here. I decided to get rid of Discovery Plus. I wasn't watching it. I just wasn't watching it enough. And so I don't feel the need to spend money on it. It was only about $5 something a month, but I could put that $5 something towards savings. I don't need to put that $5 something towards an online streaming service that I don't even use. I have Netflix. I have Amazon Prime, and I have Hulu, and I have Disney Plus, and I have a hard enough time watching those enough to justify paying for them. So it was time to get rid of Discovery Plus, which is why that is no longer in my budget. For this paycheck, I will be paying my Netflix, which I'm budgeting $15 for, Optimum, which I'm budgeting $240, and Verizon, which I'm budgeting $165. Now, if you watch my November monthly budget recap, which I can link right up here, my Optimum, I mentioned in there that my Optimum was much lower in November than usual. I always budget $240. It's usually somewhere around like $237 or $235 or $237, something like that. But it was like $194 last month, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was a fluke. I don't know if there was some promotional thing going on, but I'm assuming that that was just a one-time thing, and I'm anticipating that it's going to go right back up to $230 something for this month. So that's why I'm budgeting it this way. If it is lower again, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I also don't want to bring attention to it. So I think that in January, I would probably still budget $240, but if it's low again in January, maybe I'll start bringing my budgeting amount down. I don't know. Anyways, beyond that, I'm budgeted $240. All of my budgeted column added up is $420. If I subtract that from the $29.35 I'm estimating my income to be, I am left with $2,515. That's what I'm going to bring down to the envelopes or variable expense section of the paycheck bill tracker. My variable expenses, the categories, and the amounts stay the same every month. This is an area where I think we're going to be seeing some change come 2022 in a couple of these categories, but for the remainder of the year, I just decided to keep everything the same. So for groceries, I budget $200, eating out, I budget $50, gas, I budget $50, and miscellaneous, I budget $200. Those categories added together do equal to $500, and if I subtract that from the $2,515 that I had left after paying my bills, I am left with $2,015. And that $2,015 is what I will be bringing up to the sinking fund section of the paycheck bill tracker. Just like with my variable expenses, I don't switch up my sinking funds or the amounts every month. I just stick with the same thing, or I should say every paycheck. I stick with the same thing every paycheck. And so I'm going to be putting $50 towards travel, $25 towards Christmas, $15 towards subscriptions, $20 towards medical, $50 towards car maintenance, $70 towards my car insurance and taxes, $20 towards birthdays, and $20 towards holidays. All of those added up together do equal $270. And if I subtract that from the $2,015 I was left with after paying my bills and contributing to my variable expense cash envelopes, I am left with $1,745. I do not currently have any debt besides my student loans. I am not currently paying on my student loans. I will be starting to pay on them again come February 2022, so we will be seeing that in the future, but as of right now, this debt category or this debt section is empty. It's also extra debt. My regular debt payment I would be putting over here in my bills anyways, but everything that's left over after my sinking funds is going down to the savings section, and it's going to my number one savings goal, which is my house savings goal. That means that if nothing pops up, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that nothing pops up, I'm going to be able to put $1,745 into my house savings with this paycheck. And if you watched my November monthly budget recap, you'll know that that means that I will be hitting my goal that I had for 2022. For 2021. I made a goal at the beginning of the year that I was going to save $30,000 towards my house savings in the year 2021, and I'm about $1,500 off from that, a little less than $1,500. So if nothing comes up and I can actually put this much towards my house savings, I will have reached that goal with this paycheck, which is I actually can't even think about it. I'm so excited. And of course I will update you along the way if that does end up happening. For the cash envelope breakdown, This section of my budget really doesn't generally change very much from paycheck to paycheck. I do put 2 20s and a 10 towards my eating out envelope, a $50 bill for gas, and then my usual denominations, which work for this current paycheck and my 2021 savings challenges, for my miscellaneous envelope are a $100 bill, a $50 bill, 2 20s, and a 10. I always pull what I'm saving for my 2021 savings challenges from my miscellaneous envelope because that's just where I have the most wiggle room. And so for this pay period, I need to pull $30, and I'm going to have that in a 20 and a 10. For my sinking funds, I always do the largest denominations possible, so that's what's reflected here. So when I go to the bank on the 9th, I'm going to be pulling $570 from my bank account, and that is what we will be stuffing in the cash envelope stuffing that you'll be seeing later on this week. I hope that you all enjoyed this budget with me. I am desperate for it to actually go as planned on these sheets right now. I can't tell you how desperately I want to reach my 2021 savings goal for my house savings, and how desperately I want to be putting this $1745 towards my house savings. If you have any comments or questions, please do not hesitate to put them down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.